Hey, what's up? I'm Tank from Ghost Empire, and we're sitting here today talking about our upcoming show, Bootleg, the visual art of Ghost Empire at MOTR Pub. It's going to be on April 27th, 2012, Final Friday in Cincinnati, Ohio. I love the city, but the sick of the sound. Music's been a big influence on my artwork.
One of the things that working in a music store taught me about art is patience and how to drown out things that I don't necessarily like. I'm Snotty RLE with Ghost Empire Collective.
Jamie, As You Wish Filer. Somewhere in heaven, Biggie Smalls is rapping a song to a stripper.
Music was such a huge influence because I couldn't create music. So I wound up taking, like, my titles are all song titles. Any title I have for artwork, I'm known for my titles because they're about 50 words long and annoying and generally sarcastic of some sort. And it comes from the fact that I can't write an emo song. So instead I title my work that. It just arrives from that. That's a big influence. It's a huge influence.
The music itself inspires the style of art, but I really think it's the lyrics that kind of paint the picture in a person's mind.
I was at the record store and I saw the Misfits Legacy of Brutality album, and I was like, what is this? And I bought it, and just like everything opened. You know, it was like this combination of like amazing music. They're talking about horror movies. You know, the artwork's incredible, all this cool stuff.
And I was also listening to metal.
I grew up listening to, you know, like outlaw country, you know, or country ballads, you know, Conway Twitty, Loretta Lynn, Patsy Cline.
My father was like considered a great drummer. He played in a bunch of different bands and that.
Waylon Jennings, Willie Nelson.
That's what kind of got me through that period of my life, because I was stuck in this place where I didn't want to be, around these people I didn't want to be around.
And then, you know, once you start hitting your teenage years and you start hitting this rebellion phase, you kind of turn away from the stuff that your parents were listening to.
And Aerosmith's really not that cool anymore. So I just completely just like went in the opposite direction. I'm like, what's something that's going to piss these people off?
I probably started off with punk.
Dude, you like Danzig? And I was like, yeah, Danzig's awesome. He's like, you should try Misfits.
At that time, it was like time where like Green Day and Rancid and Offspring, all that stuff was coming out on MTV. All this like different punk stuff.
Punk community, the punk scene, a lot of the bands that came out from all over the world.
Social Distortion and Black Flag and Dead Kennedys and, you know, all this other stuff. You know, started getting introduced to like hardcore, like H2O and Agnostic Front, Madball, stuff like that, you know, and still like getting into metal as well.
Really getting huge into the punk culture. I love Misfits, Ramones, Sex Pistols, Dead Kennedys, The Clash. And at the same time, I was also listening to Public Enemy and, you know, EPMD. And to me, they were no different. It was just poor, angry people talking about what was going on with their lives.
I started listening to like a lot of metal, so it was like Metallica and stuff like that.
You were around my age, you listened to a lot of gangster rap.
I was in like black t-shirts and jeans.
Eazy-E has always been one of my like heroes. I absolutely adore Eazy-E.
And throughout the years, they're still saying things that are relevant to your life and internally.
I always listen to Alkaline Trio just for basically the same fact. It's the fact that their lyrics are just so weird and awful.
The Joy Division and the National are two bands that I go to right now for when I'm doing.
I enjoy Murder by Death a lot just because they're a really weird band and their lyrics are very visual.
Then there's days where I'm doing like more complex stuff and I want to listen to stuff like Mastodon and Rush and, you know, like do more of this proggy kind of thing.
Right now, I'm probably most into like the post-hardcore thing, you know, Quicksand, Rival Schools, things of that nature.
Royce the 5'9" and Joel Ortiz, anything that's from Slaughterhouse is pretty much going to be playing on my iPod.
It really conveys in the art that I do.
I had this idea the other night where I wanted to take like the Sex Pistols' God Save the Queen, take the head of that, and then like juxtapose it with the Misfits Fiend's Mandible, and have it be called like God Save the Fiend.
I love Biggie Smalls, so I'm looking forward to actually doing a large paint of Biggie Smalls. That's my goal for this show.
The Clash, you know, where they got the infamous photo where like smashing the guitar on stage, you know, it's become just such a well-known thing. Try to fit that in somehow because it's one of my favorite bands of all time.
Come out the motor, come watch us do some live art, and enjoy yourselves. Have a good one.
So, Jamie, we got the Bootleg show coming up. How has art inspired your work? B-roll.